The higher monk Anthimos, the fool for Christ, would appear when people asked for him, and the apparition of the Virgin Mary. As our Lord Jesus Christ tells us, there is no death for the believing Christian. They go on to become angels. At one time, Father Anthimos, who passed away in 1867, rested on the heights of Holy Mount Athos. We know Mount Athos of Greece is a peninsula with 20 male monasteries. No women are allowed there. So he rested on the heights of Mount Athos for a considerable period of time. The brother was from the Pandeleimon monastery, was very worried and prayed to God to inform the elder to come to the monastery to benefit him spiritually. And his calculation told him, perhaps now the elder in the desert will have a reward from his labors, and if he were here, would spare him a little food, I would make him a cup of tea. And the next day in the morning, the elder did come to the monastery and jokingly said to his friend, "Here, according to your wish, I came from Mount Athos, broken and with feet cut from the stones. Your tea is worth such trouble?" And the brother saw his vision and asked his forgiveness for the trouble he had caused him. And once the same brother had a heavy sorrow and sadness and prayed to God to send his friend, Father Anthimos, to comfort him. Not a few hours passed, and Father Anthimos appeared before him. The grieving brother, seeing him, was very happy and asked, "How is it, Father, that you came just in time of my need?" And the elder simply, higher monk Anthimos, smiled and answered him, "You wanted to see me, and you begged God for it, and I came." Another time, in the monastery of St. Panteleimonas of Mount Athos, on the eve of the 1st of October, when an all-night vigil was held in honor of the holy mantle of our Holy Mother, the Mother of God, Theotokos, Father Anthimos, as soon as he arrived at the monastery, was barely able to cool off when he met his familiar brother and said to him, "At night I was near the monastery of Zographou, another monastery of Mount Athos, in the desert." It's not a desert, it's just like, it's a virgin territory. There's no pathways, there's no roads. So that's why you call it a desert. I mean, you have to, go through all these things to get from one place to the other. At night I was near the monastery of Zographou in the desert, and I was praying standing on a stone. At the time of prayer, I saw the Mother of God descend from heaven to your monastery. As I was full of joy at this apparition, I hastened to come to find her here, that she may cover with her mantle and me, the sinner, together with the servants who honor her. But as soon as I started from that place to run here, suddenly a snake appeared, threw itself at me in fury, and bit me hard on the leg. But I understood that this hindrance was from the devil, the envy of the half-hearted, and I paid no attention to the bite, but was in haste to reach your monastery. The brother looked at his leg, and indeed the bite wound was severe. The elder's great love for God had made him insensitive to physical suffering. This is from the book of Saint Paisius of the Holy Mount Athos, who has recently been declared a new Christian Orthodox saint. The book called Hallowed Fathers and Saints, published by the Holy Hermitage Evangelist John, the theologian of Suroti, Thessaloniki. And this is from Sign of the Times. I've translated this from a Greek article. Yes, our prayers are heard, and God's saints are alive. So sometimes they appear to us with the face of someone we don't know, or someone perhaps familiar to us. That's why our Lord Jesus Christ said, "Be generous to everybody, because you never know, they may be an angel of God." Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.